Sometimes in Apex Legends we get the feeling that random teammates cannot entirely be trusted, and with hundreds or even thousands of games played, perhaps you have overwhelming evidence to make this a slam dunk case that perhaps you should stick with your own judgment in every single situation and just go with your gut instead of backing an insane play that gets your entire squad destroyed. However, I must confess that sometimes that is me, Ragtag, the greatest gutter tier gamer on the face of this earth, the teammate who believes that an IQ 9000 play is around the corner when in actual fact it's just IQ 9. But today's episode began with a struggle for survival in World's Edge, where the only insanity my teammates would find would be how many enemies wanted to send us straight to the afterlife.
Reloading. Got one. Enemy down.
Bam goes the boozle.
With very little ammo, every bullet counted, so I'd be in here taking care of Ash, and Mirage would have to deal with whatever was going on outside. But then I heard Ash change floors. Wait, where did the death box go? Ah! Ash back in the fight, but Mirage had been brutally thirsted. We didn't have long to sort ourselves out because gunfire was everywhere and we were about to be forced into another battle.
Squad is on us. Reloading.
Taking fire. Slash one. Bogey down. Ian. Star. Reloading.
This was insanity. I couldn't keep this up much longer, so I decided that ruthless aggression was in order to bring this fight to a swift end. Wait, I can't see a thing. There's a revive being pulled off right under my nose. Ah!
Reloading. Wings out.
I needed to escape the smoke. I mean, that should be illegal indoors, man. We had to get Ash back on their feet pronto. Listen up, Bangalore. No more smoke. You hear me?
Opening fire. A second squad. Reloading.
Mayday. I'm grounded.
As I lay there, bleeding out, contemplating my choice not to take that devotion from the box outside, would it have made a difference? Could I have grabbed Mirage's banner and escaped earlier? What about Ash, condemned to die as I missed 3 of my Mozambique shots? Could they even afford to revive me? Because doing so might be the end of all of us. But in that robotic wisdom was purpose. Purpose for me, purpose for Ash. We would return to this battle as a team, as a synergistic unit, putting aside their differences for a greater cause, a greater... Ouch. Okay, let's just fight them.
Charging up my shields. Incoming care package. Pro tip. Don't try and intercept. Taking fire. Could use some help here.
All I had to do was drop off the edge of that building and take flight, come back after some heals, but no, the same thing happened that always happened. I believed in my own legend, but somehow I keep changing the story of that legend from I'm sometimes lucky to I have actual skill. So okay, that one was my fault, alright? Let's just change to a game where it wasn't my fault. I wanted action and Lavasiphon was about to provide. Get out of the way, Crypto, I'm trying to get a weapon here. And as you can see, this zone was busy. As far as loadouts were concerned, I had to choose fast and opted for the optimal, Havoc and Prowler.
Slash one. Slash two. Another bogey down.
Yeah, that's really annoying. I couldn't finish him. And then big old blind Gibraltar trying to res under my nose. Are you kidding me? Wait, I need to reload. Okay, never mind. Things quietened down a bit, but my thirst for action was unquenchable, so we looted, and we looted fast, because it wouldn't be long before enemies appeared outside.
Under fire.
Put that down range. Slowly. Tango down.
Bangalore had downed an enemy action. That was as good a signal as any to push in. Also, thank goodness at friendly grenades. Yeah, they don't do any damage, because if they did, that'd be terrifying.
Hostile over there.
Cannot hide from the mistress of the skies. Now, where's that pesky wraith? At this point, you may be wondering where on earth the distrust from my random teammates should be coming in, and to that I say patience, gentle viewer, because it is coming shortly. But first, it wouldn't be a ragtag video if I didn't have a shenanigan or two up my sleeve, and most importantly, become a beacon of disappointment. Also, if you are familiar with this channel, then you will know that as a predictability to my looting pattern, if the ring allows it and we started in Lavasiphon, then of course we fly to Fragment to fight. But today, Pathfinder was not interested in flight. Apparently they had loot goblin aspirations instead. So we waited and pinged and waited a little more, and then removed the base from my typing voice as I beckoned them to come to me, and eventually I refused to waste the jet fuel and just took off, which of course was the perfect time for enemies to notice that our squad was separated. Now we had to get back together and find a way to overcome our foes.
Who's ready? I am.
Hold on.
Giving him the chimney.
Wings out. Box 3, missile off the rail.
The enemies are shooting at me.
Wings.
Here I go. Reloading. Fuck. Taken down.
Wings out.
Reloading. Throwing off the light. Recharge. Reloading. Let's smoke.
Bogey's dead. Got one.
I'm basically the best player on this planet. I did 11 damage to one and knocked them, and then I thirsted a downed opponent that I didn't even touch, and then finally we 3v1 somebody. Get wrecked, people who work hard for their results. The R301 was looking healthier than ever, but I was feeling a distinct lack of heavy ammo and decided to look around for more. Finding absolutely nothing like the pathetic loser that I am, off we popped to my previous destination, Fragment East. Another moment where we can check my positioning in relation to my teammates, and yep, too far. Time for an enemy squad to run in on me then, right? Of course.
Bandit here.
Get inside the ring.
Box 3, sending the payload.
Old painless knocking at the door. Who's ready to fly on a zipline? Taking fire. Using my Phoenix kit.
Reloading. Help, I'm down.
Nice wall jump, pal. And to this day, I still don't think I've done one of those, even by accident. And as I crawled to find a suitable rock of shame, Bangalore threw down on the Wraith and lost, leaving me time to revive perhaps and make up for my mistakes in the past. Redemption for my Never mind. I'll just wait for my revive, thanks. Round 2 was closing and there were only 4 squads left. We made our way to the edge of Harvester, which would turn out to be the battleground for the endgame, as I spied crafting afoot. The shock of being stung by the G7 with the double tap made me panic. Putting down a heat shield would be that, well, I mean, that would be the play if I wasn't holding a mobile respawn beacon. Imagine if this is how this game ended. Nearly, but not quite. But now we needed a supreme strategy because Bangalore spotted another squad behind us.
Hostile. Danger close.
Opening fire.
Shields were low and my opponents definitely had skill here. Fortunately for us though, Pathfinder had an IQ 9000 plan. Zipline to the high ground.
Wings out.
Wait, there's no standing platform up here. Why did you take us up here? Good grief! Okay, maybe there's something. No, that's not gonna work.
Spotted. Double timing it.
Rings just a little further. 45 on the clock. Under fire. Recharging shields. Mayday, mayday. I'm grounded.
Well, I'm not going to say that Pathfinder absolutely threw the game there because let's face it, I didn't have to take that zipline express back to the lobby. I could have dropped down and done something different, but I trusted my random teammates' crazy plan, and do you know what? I'd do it again. Not because I want to, simply because I never learn. Okay, back to the meat grinder for another hot drop straight to launch site with hopes of victory having long died inside my tortured soul, but when I saw the fabled loadout duplicated again with the Havoc and Prowler, I knew it was time to get that previous success on the go.
Wings out.
Our squad worked quickly and I liked the prospects of everyone pulling their equal weight, and we strode towards Lavasiphon with a view to do exactly the same again.
Slash one.
Good job.
And a good job it was, despite the fact that we just rolled through 2 squads, both of the only 2 members in it. But I didn't care or probably even notice that at the time. We were on a legendary mission to carve a path in this lobby from south to north. Not today, Mirage. No bamboozling for you. Yeah, okay, just maybe a few bamboozles. Oh, for crying out loud, that's annoying.
Bogey in my crosshairs.
Reload. Enemy down.
Rings just a little further. Box 3, jumping pods.
Killed an enemy.
Well, getting all those assists is merely an indication that my team is on the same page as I am, and post-rationalizing one's inability to land enough shots to knock an enemy is an important part of avoiding self-hatred. But now we had cleared out this zone, we could fly north and take Fragment for our own. But upon arrival to the ruined capital, all was quiet. Eerily quiet, like a ghost town where scores had long been settled. 5 squads already? This was unusual, scouting for prey and yet almost finding myself relaxing into the ambience of the chilled winter air. But it's always good to remember that the scorching ring is ready to inflict 3rd-degree burns on anyone who tries to set up a vacation spot on World's Edge, so perhaps our remaining opposers lay further north still. To Epicenter we tried, and as usual I led the charge, and as usual I found myself trouble before my teammates were ready.
Bogey here, and I'm looking straight at their tailpipe. Firing. Under fire. Reloading.
Oh, good.
Revenant's response to the decimation of my shield was to put down his totem and absolutely push the enemy. But I think it was too far back, to be honest with you, and I didn't want to go back for his totem. And to be honest with you, he was about to find out that you don't stay in the shadow forever. Look, the jetpack malfunctioned. Shut your mouth.
Heal, cover you, heal.
Real enemy down. Enemy right here.
Reloading. And that was the last one.
Somehow we were still all alive, and now only 2 other squads left. I decided to employ a change of tactics, putting a sentinel in my hands, which, to be honest, it's a foolish move most of the time, and today, well, probably no different, but if you don't practice, you'll never get any better. All we could do now was take the high ground and get to work.
Bogey's hurt.
Regret for taking the sentinel was starting to set in, and although there's something to be said for the suppressive power of a sniper, eventually your enemies are going to lose respect for your 20th missed shot in a row. In came the wolves, thinking that an easy meal awaited them, but that's the time when the gutteteer is at his most dangerous, because you never know when I will suddenly wake up.
Shields recharging.
Reloading. Back in the totem.
As I chased the pitter-patter of footsteps, my prey had already become the predator and set their eyes on my teammate.
Another squad on it.
What the?
The Sentinel had redeemed itself in my eyes and was now in prime position to dominate this last squad.
We got another squad extending to engage.
You know what? That's enough Sentinel practice for one day. Have a thermite. Merry Christmas. I'm sending it with the Prowler.
Unleashing my singularity. Building up, being shot at. Shotgun out.
Reloading. /1. Bogey down.
And there you have it. Sometimes the random teammate who you cannot trust is someone that you should lend your tolerance to, because sometimes, if you're not careful, you will become that teammate. But one thing's for sure, a good old-fashioned full send with the Prowler isn't a bad way to end a game, and do the same as well with your games in terms of queuing up, because eventually, even the matchmaker is going to have some sympathy when it can sense that you're on the verge of uninstalling, therefore leaving your insanity perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Do you know what? You start to feel your Thanos-like quotes. It's time to end the video, so yeah.